What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Transport Fever. As you can see here, I did a little bit of rework. Well, I have to step back a little bit. The last live stream of this was like 4 hours or 3 hours long almost. I can't remember. But for some odd reason on my YouTube, it only shows the first like 41 minutes and 42 minutes, something like that. So you guys probably missed quite a bit. But as you can see, I reworked the station here for the fuel going out through all the cities. I do have one train per city now, and yeah, it's working pretty decent. There's still a few minor flaws here and there, but for the most part, it's working quite well. As I can see here, there's a train stopped. I don't know why, but there's nothing blocking. What train is this for? Maybe that's why. For some odd reason, this one's going to be crossing over. No, it's not. Why is this one just sitting here? Please don't tell me it's going to cross over, come over here, and cross back over this way. It seems it's been doing that a lot. And I don't know if it's because of these signals right here. Maybe it's because there's no signal right here. It's probably what it is. There's a signal here, but I don't know. Let's see here. I think we might just be able to get away with that one diamond. So what I'm going to do is let me get rid of this cross track there, get rid of this signal and that signal. Should be good, I would think. Now I don't think we should worry about or have to worry about those trains doing that, like stopping anymore. So I pretty much got each track laid out. For like the furthest one here is the far left one is coming over here to Cary. Second one here is Mesa. Third one is Vallejo. I don't know why I keep calling it Vallejo. But this one's Vallejo. This one here is coming up to Daly. This one is... When was that one again? That one's Eugene. That one's coming over... For some odd reason, that one's Eugene. That one should be... That's Baton Rouge. So this train should be on this track. This one should be on this track. And then this one here is going to Naperville, which is over here. So we got that pretty much worked out. I mean, yeah, they might not be on the right tracks, but they're still able to get to the station. They're still able to load up and get to their destinations perfectly fine. And even after doing all that, you see here, we've been starting to get some pretty good money in the bank. So what we're going to do now is try to expand out to a little bit more cargo. And I was thinking cities need food. So we have two options here. We have this food plant here, or we have this food plant all the way over here. I'm not sure which one to use. I'm sort of debating to use this one because it's out in the middle and nowhere. It's a lot easier to work with. And we can just... There basically only be one track that's splitting off early, and that's coming over here to Cary. And that would probably just come out here, wrap around, connect to this track here, and come into the station. Then have the other track... I basically have to wrap around here, connect to this one. Third one will be probably cutting over, wrapping around to that one. I don't know. I don't know. And then there's this one here where we'll have to wrap one around, coming to Naperville, wrapping one around to Eugene, and then all the other ones can branch out to Baton Rouge, Daly, Vallejo, Mesa, and then Cary. So, what's up, Tom? What's up? Big boy, pony boy, what do you want to be called? Your name's Big Boy, but then you say pony boy in the house. Make up your mind. Just start calling you boy. That's the only consistent thing you got going on for you right now. So, I don't know. Which one do you think we should come out of? Should we go out of this food plant here by Cary or this food plant here between Eugene and Naperville? Either way, it's kind of a... I don't know. It just seems like there's less going on over here. We can take a train out of this farm, come into here, and then we can have the station going out. Like I said, just start branching everything off to all the cities. When am I gonna be playing GTA? That's a good question. I'm not really sure yet. Just whatever I feel like playing at the time, that's what I'm gonna be playing. Let's see here. I guess we gotta do something here. What do you guys think? I mean, it would be, I don't know, because it's almost equal distance from this farm here to that factory and up here to this factory. Pretty much an equal distance, unless we do a line from this farm to this factory, and this factory will take care of Cary, Mesa, Vallejo, and Daly. Then we'll have a track coming out of this farm, coming to this factory, and this factory will take care of Baton Rouge, Eugene, and Naperville. I think that's what we'll end up doing. That seems like a feasible thing to do here. So, what we'll do is kind of hard not to take out a field with a station here. Without having the track, well, we probably could have one maybe come out this direction. I don't know if that's going to be too far away from the farm. Let's see if that'll work. Unable to line terrain, huh? Let's see here. Don't want to get too far away. Alright, it's not going to work that way. Let's see if we can take it around this way once. Try to connect it up to that road. Unable to line terrain. There we go. Alright, so one field will be removed. So I guess that's the only way we'll actually be able to do it is right here. And then this, like I said, this farm will go up to this factory. This factory will take care of this side of the map pretty much. That's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and put that there. And come up here. We'll probably have the one coming out here going to the farm. And then one going out this way to disperse to all the cities. Let's go ahead and see if we can align this up properly, which we might have to rework the roads the way it looks. So, go ahead, take care of this real quick. Let's do a medium street, but it's gonna have to be country. Medium. A medium street. Let's see here. Can I go straight out? I don't know if that'll be enough. See here. Unable to line terrain. Oh, there we go. That'll work. We can do that. And then the one going out to the city. How many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 cities will be taken care of with this factory. So let's do 4 tracks. Then we will take it out this direction, like so. There we go. Let's reconnect up this road here. That's kind of crazy. Don't want to do that. So let's try to follow the path that was already there if we can. Around. Like that. There we go. That'll work. No what? Big boy or pony boy? Alright. Now let's go ahead and try to connect up these ones here. Have it come down. There we go. Oh, crap. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Get rid of that. Come on. Get rid of it. Ah, that's the station. Oh, it did it though. Okay, good. Alright. No. Good. There we go. That's going to be having a nice little tunnel and then going right through woods. There we go. You can hear a passenger system, passenger train. That's the other thing we did too. I was able to get enough time put in to where now the buses are getting a little bit bigger here. Actually, we can get some streetcars now. Let's go ahead and do that. The vehicle, streetcar. Oop, close these. It's a vehicle. There we go. Let's see. Down here. More people we can move, the better off we will be. And then down here. And then for here, I hit that certain time where the Elko PA was no longer available. So I ended up having to go to the diesel, the GE C40 8W. But now, as you can see here, we are now picked up a few other trains here. And this is diesel. So we are able to use it. It's not electric. The GE P42DC. And then I have about 8 of these. And they're all color matching. They're all blue. We will take a look at that here later. But I have been able to upgrade the trains as well. Get this a nice little bridge over. Level it back off. Actually, let's shorten this up a bit. And come on. I don't want it to go and attach to the passenger line. Go. About halfway. And then have it start coming back down again. Whoa, that's a little too much there, ain't it? That's straight-ish. Oh, that's kind of a curved. Kind of curved. Have it go off this direction here. There we go. And then we can have it start leveling back off with the train. Alright, so let's see where we're at over here on this side, and so that way we connect on up here. Airport, yes, I will get to that. Everybody wants airports, but one thing at a time. We need to have proper cargo. I mean, we have passengers going to and from all the cities, so we're good there. So that's it's bringing in pretty decent money, because the thing is with airports, they're so expensive to get started, and they're not even a guarantee that they're even gonna, you know, take off. I did not mean for that pun, but yeah. Um, I've I've gone with airports in the past, and sometimes they will work, sometimes they won't. I don't know if it's just because of the the lines, you know, when you create the new line and stuff with where it's going, heading, and all that stuff. I don't know if that's the reason why sometimes it works, sometimes they don't. I'm not sure, but I've tried it to where all the cities are connected by airports. I've tried to where one airport's connected to one on the other side, and so on and so forth. And I don't know, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So I'm just kind of hesitant right now to attempt to try airports until we can really get ourselves, you know, pretty well off to where we can experiment with it. You guys see what I'm, you know, what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of time. I mean, I'll get to the airports and I'll get to the ships and stuff like that, but right now we're just making sure we have what we need in order to move people from location to location and also cargo. Let's get all this nice and leveled off here. No rough edges. I don't really care for the rough edges. I really wish that this would sort of do it automatically, but it doesn't. There. Get rid of all the rough edges. More. There we go. All right. So now that's done. Let's go ahead and see about connecting up this. Since we have that line there, we now need to go ahead and start connecting up one over here. We need to make this a double if we can. We might have to move this. See if we can upgrade it to a double. Yeah, we're gonna have to move it. No big deal. Let's nothing in it now, so let's go ahead and do that now. There we go. And we'll just move it all the way over here. It's still connected up to the station here. It was still highlighted, as you can see. So it's still, whenever the cargo comes in, it'll still reach this station here. Now the question is that line still good? Carry the fuel to carry right here. All right, so it looks like carry branch. There we go. So it's still there. It's still good. That's the last thing we need, is thinking that the line's good when it's not. Let's go ahead and upgrade that to 2 lines. Apply. There we go. Go ahead and branch this track here, the far right one. We'll go ahead and we will take it out and we'll wrap it all the way around here. And then we'll hook it up. Not really hook it up, but go side by side. Once the autosave completes, we'll go side by side with this track and end it here. So let's see. Go ahead, make sure that's off. And it looks like it's going straight into a tunnel. That's all right. Go ahead and start wrapping it around. That. And the other thing is, once we get a train on these tracks, we're going to need to go ahead and test them. Make sure they look, all, you know, halfway decent. Come on. That. How far down can we have it go? Okay, that one's like that. Back that up a little bit more. I don't want the bridge to be too big. Well, looks like it's going to have to be. Yep, about right there. Yep. All right. Do that, and then have it start coming back down again. So, here's this. Oh, it's all the way over there. I'm following the wrong track. Whoops. Let's go ahead and have it come back this direction. To have it start coming up. Okay. Alright. Delete all this. Instead of it turning that direction, we're going to come straight out with it. Let's get our terrain tool back out and level all this back off. Alright. Have it come back up. Because I just don't want it to... Now, the thing is that... I guess we can have it stay up that high. It'll help with the bridge here. Maybe. Come up a little bit more. Cross over here. Maybe drop it if we can. Where is... Actually, we can drop it all the way down. That's good. And now this is the track we need to try to follow right here. Level that out. Let it follow the terrain. Why isn't it not letting us? All right, let's do it there, right there. There we go. All right. That'll work. Then this will be our food in. There we go. Now let's go ahead and level that off. Like I said, I like doing this right away so that way it looks good and we don't have to worry about it later. I know there's a few places on the map that I forgot to do it, so we'll have to get it eventually when we get back to that point. Looks a little bit better. It only gets so good though. Flatten that little crest off. There we go. Try to level this one off pretty decent here because it just stands out. Take it back and forth here. There we go. Put it here. I think the other side of the map is really going to be need to be altered as much as this side. This side seems like it has a little bit more hills to it. All right, think it went straight into this tunnel here out of the platform, so yeah, it did for the most part. Let's go ahead and get this. Alright. Now, we need to take this track here, and it'll be going up here to Mesa. Ooh, this one's gonna be tricky. Can we upgrade this one? Of course, we're gonna have to move this one here. Let's go ahead and move that. There's nothing there. We're not gonna lose anything. Let's go ahead and delete this. Put in another one here. We'll move it out this direction. It's still connected, so it's still gonna be good. Upgrade to 2. Apply. There we go. Now this one is gonna wrap around on the outside of Mesa and come on in. Oh, why is it not? Okay, looks like we're gonna have to turn it a little bit because it's hitting that tunnel. Don't want to do that, but it's gonna have to be that way. That's okay. Alright. So, like I said, it's gonna have to wrap around, so it's pretty much in the good direction that way. Then I'll have to wrap around. And we'll have to wrap around this way and in. So since the other tracks are going to have to come out this way as well, we might as well just follow the path around with them. Go ahead and do that. Oop. Hopefully this still works. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and put this through first. This one can connect right to there. Hopefully this works. Yes, it will. There we go. All right. Now let's get this one to Mesa. Now, let's just take all 3 of them with us here. Less work we got to do later. Less backtracking we'll have to do. That. I always like to try to keep the tracks together. I don't know why. I just do. Just looks more clean that way instead of them spaghettied all over the map. There we go. And this is going to have to, like I said, it's going to have to come all the way down here, and then it's going to wrap around this coal. Like out here. Going to have to wrap around, start coming in this direction there. We got to make sure we have enough. Gonna have to be out here far enough to where we can make that turn to where it doesn't slow the train down that much. Go ahead and bring it back out a little bit. There we go. And as you can also see, the roads did finally connect themselves. They were kind of awkward. I just touched them up a little bit, but they did connect themselves by themselves. And I also brought the buses over to this side as well, just to help out a little bit. They haven't done that in all the cities, but some of them, like 2 or 3 of them, they did. Alright, so this is getting to the point now where I'm going to have to start making this turn. Let's bring it out a little bit more first. That. Then start working on this side, bring it out. That way we know exactly where we need to start trying to make this turn here and around. Thinking bringing it out like this. Then as it comes around, we'll start raising it up. Bridge it over the road here. Down. Oh, too far down. All right, so about right there. Ah. And then that's a big bridge. I don't want the big. Don't need a bridge that big. All right. Where's this at? Right here. Have this come down. Level off. There we go. Now this. Connect. There we go. Now that's connected up to Mesa. Now we still need Vallejo, which this one is going to probably wrap around with this one, but it's going to end up branching off in this direction here. Then it can turn into the station that way. Let's wrap this one around to about right here. And then branch it off this way. Okay, we're going to have to raise this up. And train's already going up. All right. Train was already going up the way it was, so the track's going to have to get raised up even more. Let's raise it up back here. Follow this around. All right. Don't want the bridge off right now. Right there's a bridge. See if we can bring it down all the way, maybe? Oh, we got away with it. There we go. That works. All right. No. No tunnel. Don't need a tunnel. All right. So let's make this station 2. There we go. Apply. All right. And now, I think, okay, that's good. That train needs to go that way anyway. It needs to fill back up for us. Bring this out there like so. Now this one needs to curve around, connect up over here. Yeah, that looks 75, 70, 64, 60. Gonna have to slow down for the platform anyway, so even if it does slow down a little bit, that's not bad. There we go. So Vallejo's done. Mesa's done. And Carrie's done. We still have the one track to bring around over here. Oh, where'd it go? I got the one track to bring out over here to Carrie, or Daily. Which honestly, this track here should have came to Daily. So let's change this up just a tad bit. Change this up a little bit. And what we're going to do is take this track, this 4th track, or 3rd track here, wrap it around. See what I do here in a second. Follow it around here. And this one will branch off this. No. Have it go like that. This one will come up here. Oop. Can't do that. There we go. Like that. Then this one will come up here. And when I make this 2 tracks, we'll make sure that the fuel line is on the inside and we'll bring the food around the outside. So, do Make sure this is being raised. Oh, that's a big bridge. Why is it doing that? Knock it back down. And then we can bring it up and over. Raise it up. Oh. We don't want to do that, do we? No, no, no. Yeah, how can we do this here? Just knock out a section or two. Well, one section should be plenty. And we'll raise this all the way up. If that'll work. I don't know if that'll work or not. We might have to have it be a... Actually, that'll work right just like that. There we go. That will work. Looky there. Actually, it looks pretty cool. And we'll just... Oop. Level it back down here. Where it's side by side with this one. Bring it around. There's this other one. Oh, bring it around too far. We need to have it circle around this direction. Connect up with that one. Look at this. All this track work and modifying the ground and bridges and tunnels and everything. We're still up to 96. Well, we were at 96 million. Now we're to 90 million. Alright, so we're going to stop it right there because now we need to upgrade this one to 2 tracks. And that's what I thought. I figured that was going to happen. Alright, that's too easy. Let's go ahead and delete this. Delete that. Try to not delete trees. Alright, now what we need to do is find the track again. It is right here. This will go to the inside track. And then the food line here to the outside track. Like that. There we go. There we go. So now all we actually do need to do, which won't be that difficult, we need to have something come off this direction. You'll see why here in just a minute. Wrap around. Let's keep this level. It's gonna have a bridge though, but that's okay. We had the money. Have it wrap around here. Have it. Come on. That. Why is it not working? I see why it's not working. That way. There we go. All right. Now, what we need to do here, since we have this, yeah, that's a pretty tight turn right there, but it's not going to be going that fast. But off of, let's see here, where is it going to be coming from? It's going to come from this direction here. So, let's see. I guess it doesn't really matter because, well, that line going to the fuel line. So let's go ahead and cross over right here. There we go. So now we have a spot where when we use this train depot, right? We can buy all of our, purchase all of our trains here. What's that thing in the top left with the name? You talking about up in here? That's if you look, it says subscribers. Those are the past recent subscribers to the channel. All right, what is going on here? What is going on here? I'm glad I came over here because look at this. Send you back. What is going on here? Mesa, you're in the wrong spot, Mesa. Carrie. Mesa's still trying to recover. This one here, send you back. What is going on here? I'm going to have to reconfigure this one. Are you in the right spot? Daily, you should be number 4. And you are going to the correct path. That is good. Naperville's in the correct path. Eugene is not in the right spot. He should be over here. So it looks like I'm going to have to make sure that all these switch tracks are going to have to get taken out when I can get the proper train on the proper track. But as I was saying, when I purchase trains out of here for the food line, what it will do is I'll have to put a switch track back into here. So that way, when it comes out of here, it'll cross over. I've put one in right here. It'll cross all the way over to this track here. So that way it can come back around this direction. And when it comes back around this direction, you see a track here and a track right there. It can come out to this outside track, cross over onto the food line, and it can follow this track here all the way down. And when I put switch tracks in down here, all the way wherever it may be, all the way down here, I'll put some switch tracks in maybe right around in here to where it can switch over to the farthest track here and it'll come off here. That way the train can actually get on to this track going back and forth. And same with the trains for the food line. That way I don't have to worry about other depots all over the map. I can use the same depot. So let's go ahead and do that. First we need to set up our lines. So that way we can at least get it going here. So we need this to up here. So this is going to be food line 1. We'll just call it food line 1 because there's going to be a second one. Actually, let's go to food line to carry, so that way I know exactly which one it is. Alright, so now a new line from this station to carry. This will be food to carry. There we go. Then food to Mesa. Come on. Food to Mesa. Go. New line. This will be food to Vallejo. Oops. There we go. And food. I thought this was carry. A daily. Why do I keep messing those two up? Food to daily. There we go. Alright, so all the lines are set up for that. But the other thing we do need to worry about is the food's going to come to here, right? If we look at this, all of our residential's over here. That's where the food's going to be going. We need to find a general area where we can place another station down. That way we can actually distribute the food. So let's go ahead. See about the centralized area here. See what that looks like. That's going to take care of majority of everything. Right there. Looks like we're going to need more than one. Which sucks, but this one will take care of most of it. Most of the area here. Seems like the closer I get it to the road. What happened to all of our money? Ah. Okay, before we do anything, take care of this situation over here for our fuel. I know that's what's causing our issues. But we still got Mesa in the wrong path. What's up, Dragon King? How much is an airport in planes? Once we get our money going again, we will check that out. But before we do this, this is Baton Rouge. This one should be coming over to this side here. So let's get these things back on the right track. That. Take out this small little section here. That way Baton Rouge. Why do I keep saying Baton Rouge will get on the right track here. There's that. Now we should be able to reconnect this one up. No! Why? Reverse. Why did it jump tracks like that? That was ridiculous. There we go. Alright. Reverse it back again so that way it can get on to the right track. We're going to wait for it to actually get in and start filling up before we reconnect that back up again. Let's take care of this once and for all here. Daly's on the right track. Vallejo's on the right track. Mesa should be over here. Alright, so now let's go ahead. Connect this up. Oh my gosh, our money. What is going on with this? Come on. There we go. Alright. Even that's going to have to get fixed. So let's pause this before we lose our money here. We have 9 million to work with here. Let's get rid of this cross track. Get rid of that one. Why is it still doing that? There we go. There we go. All right. So we have the one train that will come straight onto here. This one's Baton Rouge. The other one that should be coming from this direction is whatchamacallit, Daly. That one will come into here. This is on the right track. Wait. Why is Daly all the way over here? How did it get over here? Oh, Daly's okay. He's on that track there. Okay. What's Eugene? Let's see here. Maybe it was on the right track. Maybe I just screwed it all up. All right. The Baton Rouge. Take this outside track here. Comes in onto this one. So it was on the right track. I just screwed it up. Like a dummy. That's okay because it can cross back over right here. Let's play that back. Then when it comes out and crosses back over to the right track, we'll take this cross out right here. It shouldn't take too long for it to fill up, I wouldn't think. And it still has a while yet. But the bad thing is that now Eugene won't have a place to really cross over. So it's gonna stop and wait. Yeah, I have them all signaled up, but for some odd reason, the trains still want to cross over, because I had them all on the right track at one point in time. And, I mean, I don't know why, but I had to take out all the cross tracks through here. Because even though, I think it was Cary that was supposed to come down into here, for some odd reason, it would cross all the way over and come into one of these tracks over here. And it's like, really, why? Why not just stay straight? But, so, now it's just get them on the right track, get out all the cross tracks, and that way I don't ever have to worry about it again. And I can always put a cross track in whenever I need trains to do whatever I want them to do. So, that way I can actually get rid of all the signals too. Just a matter of waiting for the trains to come back in, so that way I can actually see where they're at, where they're going, where they're coming, and all this and that. Let's do this before we do anything else. I thought I had it going good, but obviously not. Try to speed this up a little bit. Okay, so here comes one. This is for Cary. This should be on the furthest outside here. Come on. That one's good. Here comes another one. Let's see which one this one is. This one should be Eugene. Yes, this one's gonna stop. Eugene's gonna stop until this one for Baton Rouge fills up. Unless it crosses over to fill up over here. Which, it's gonna stop, but it's stopping at the wrong one. Why? Because of that one. That's why. There we go, it stopped. Alright, now, wait on this guy here. Zoom out so that way we don't hear the engine too much. Before the station, you want to make it go through a signal in line. Wait, what? Make it go through a signal in line manager. Yeah, the line manager, it's... Wait a minute. Well, in line manager, now what? Come on. So like, let's see, railroad. Do it that way. So like, Eugene. Oh, okay. I can actually click on the signals for it as well. I did not know that. Did not know that. That changed the whole ball game right there. Alright. So whenever this thing gets... Yeah, it's taking forever to fill up. Alright, so this one, Mesa, is now on the right line. So they should all be on the right line except for these two here. These two are giving me the issues right now. Once this one leaves, this one can go. And then I can go ahead and I can redo this how I once had it. And I will now do the line manager to where I can have it go through whatever signal I want it to go through. That's nice to know. I didn't know that before. So everybody else watching, they know now too. Just taking it forever. What's going on here? I have both train. I have 2 trains of oil coming up to here. So in the XY before the station, pick a signal you want to force the train to go to right. Oh, okay. So it goes on the right track. Okay. I didn't know that you can actually place the signals in with the actual line. That helps out a lot. And now I can actually signal. I can have the cross tracks and everything and signal them all up and actually have the trains go where I want them to instead of them doing what they want to do. That way they don't do their own thing. Thanks for that tip. I didn't know that. Appreciate it. That is a very helpful tip. Come on. Almost there. You need to do that now because your train will wait a long time. It's almost done now, though. Alright. Well, let's see here. So, fuel to Eugene. What station is this? Mesa Exchange. Alright. Go ahead and pause. We're at 22 million right now. Let's go ahead and put the cross track, the diamond, back in here. And then move. Add station. So it needs to go here. What do? Do I put all the signals in that I want it to follow through? Or just one? What do? Just pick this one signal right here? Or do I take both of them? Between and pick signal before end station 1. So this one right here then. Okay, so that one. Then come up to Eugene. Is that Eugene? I think this is Eugene. Right here. Yep, Eugene. There we go. So that one's good. Bam. Alright. Too far. Okay, so now I should be able to hit play on this. Eugene, Napa Grove, Vallejo, Baton Rouge. We'll do this real quick. Move, add station. This one. And I'll follow this. See, why is it... See, it's still following it. Why is it still following that? I thought it was supposed to stay there and go through the signal I chose. Isn't that what you said it was supposed to do? Okay, so fuel to Eugene left, but I did forget one thing though. Fuel to Eugene, Mesa Exchange, load all. Same with Baton Rouge, Mesa Exchange, load all. There we go. So now you can see that your lines have switched colors. Yeah, see, now, for some odd reason, the fuel, Baton Rouge, is coming in and then going out that way. Why is it doing that? See, it's switching over right there. Okay, fuel to Baton Rouge, I think I'm just going to have to choose all the signals. Move, add. And now fuel to Eugene turn back around again when I'm working on the fuel to Baton Rouge. Oh, that is Baton Rouge. Okay. That signal, this signal. Gotta go through this signal here. Make sure it goes through all the signals. I don't know. See if it works. That's off and going. It's only carrying 21 though, because I forgot to change it out. Baton Rouge is just sitting here for some reason. Oh, I'm out of oil again. For now. I'm just going through a lot of oil. Okay. See if we can get it going here. Speed up. We'll get her going here. Let's see if these are on the right track. Mesa, yeah. That should carry. I don't know how old this train is, but it should be updating here shortly. Same with these ones. They should be upgrading here shortly, hopefully. Man, that one filled up quick. I wish the other ones would fill up just as fast, but they don't. Alright, so Eugene is following the correct path now. Waiting on Baton Rouge. Hasn't been doing a single thing. Barely been getting anything to load up. I don't know why. maybe let's just go. Let it go. Let it go. Alright, Eugene's good. Make sure this follows the correct path through all the signals to the station, at Baton Rouge, and back again. Speed it up. And once I get this going, what's going on? There we go. Once I get it going, then I'll put all the switch tracks back in and make it a proper functioning train yard. That's good to know. I'm glad that I was told about that. It definitely helps out because you can actually just click on whatever signals you want the trains to go through at that point in time. We'll see if this stays on the same track all the way through. Fix those pieces of track back there between the two bridges. That seemed like a kind of harsh dip going down. Same right there. It looked like the train went down real quick. Alright, so it followed correctly. Alright. So basically, all these other ones here. So like, crude oil, don't have to worry about that. Don't need to worry about all that right now. Baton Rouge is good. Fuel to carry. Go ahead and work on this one. Let's get rid of Perry Central. And we'll just work on... Okay, so that's this one here. We'll just click on all the signals I want it to follow. Right there. Then it'll come on up to carry. That's daily. Whoops. Remove. 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 Which one is... Come on now. Fuel to carry. That should be this outside one, right? Should be this one. Yes. Now why isn't the color over here? Oh well. We'll have it follow this track. Put in all the signals that I want it to follow on. I think that's pretty much all of them up until when it splits off and comes on up here to carry. Bam. Alright, so carry's done. Fuel to daily. I think daily's pretty decent. Why is that one? And now it's crossing over. I want it to follow... That's signal. That's signal. Then up here, the daily. There we go. Alright. Eugene's good. Mesa. Make sure this one's good. What station was this? Exchange. Go to the annex. Mesa. It follows through all these signals here. Oh. There we go. Have it come on up here. There. Mesa's done. Vallejo. Add. And I'll follow these. That. And it'll come on up here. There we go. Alright. Now they all should be on the right path. Well, except for got Naperville. So that way if I do end up putting other signals in for other things, it'll still follow the same path as what I have it at now. Oops, that's Eugene. Move. I need it to Naperville. Up here. There we go. Alright, there we go. What's up, Cobra? Alright, so that's that. Now I should be able to go ahead and place all the track pieces that I once had in here. So that way, everything can switch over properly. That. Now, that's good, that's good. That's crossing over to this section. This is stopping the trains from coming into here just in case there's a train crossing over one way or the other. Yeah, put in some extra signals here. These ones won't really matter too much. Put one in right here. That. Try to even these ones up so that way it's just a little bit more uniform. There we go. Alright. I think that's good to go. Let me go ahead and click off of that so that way I don't accidentally delete something. It's weird because when you do stuff, it sort of makes half the trains disappear. I don't know why. Crazy. Alright, so now, I really wish both trains can load up at the same time, but they don't. See, this train up here will unload, come down here, and it'll sit here empty and wait for this one to completely fill up. And then when this one takes off, then that one will start filling up. And it's weird. Why doesn't it just fill them both up at the same time? I don't know why. It almost looks as if we might need... No, that's the only crude oil that we have here, isn't it? I think that's what's screwing us over right now. We don't have any other crude oil. That's the only plant for crude oil. But either way... You now watch, this one here, it's not going to fill up in time, I don't think, before this one comes into the station. This one's going to come in, it's just going to sit there and wait for this one to completely fill up. But then again, it might fill up before this one actually stops. It's going to be close. Alright, so see, this one's just sitting here. It's not doing anything until this one turns and takes off. Then this one starts going. But by the time this one gets up there, all this fuel or the crude oil is going to be gone. And it's kind of pointless to put extra trains on the line if they don't fill up at the same time. But I don't know what to do. Not sure, but it still helps though, because instead of just having the one, there's this one sitting here loading, and there's nothing coming up here to unload up here, so either way it's helping out with 2 trains, so I'm just going to leave it like that. But they're all loading up, and that's good. Just not as quick as I would like them to. Alright, but now, get them all signaled up. Like I was saying, I have it to where the trains can cross over, and it's going to follow this line around. I have it, needs signals on here though. Just so that way the trains don't get caught up. Signal right here. That way it starts and stops just in case. That's signaled. This area here's signaled. Actually, I need one right here as well. I think that's about it until I get down to here. Where's it at? Alright, get this signaled up here. That. I'm going to put in a bunch of crosses here, some diamonds. Let's get all this, whoops. Get this all diamond up so that way the trains can cross over however they need to. That's not going to work. I'm going to have to put it up here. I really wish you could do that, but you can't. Meaning put the, have it come off of here and over to here. You can't do that, I don't think. I've never been able to do that. Alright, so now we need a signal here, here, there, and then up here, and here. There we go. That's all signaled. And make sure this one can start and stop just in case something's coming up through here. And in and out of the tunnel. Even though these ones are here, but that's okay. I need in and out of the tunnels. That. And like that. I think that should be good. That one's for coming in. And now my money's running out again. Where's all going off my money now? Did I do something wrong with the fuel line? Or is it just because the fuel lines aren't even going? But then again, it's probably because of the lack of crude oil. I think you use too many signals. The AI does all that for you. Yeah, but like I said before, I signal it up so that way I can keep trains on the correct tracks. Come on. Alright, so 235, 240. It's just a pain because I can't keep enough crude oil up here. Oh, there we go. It's starting to a little bit now. It's just a matter of getting all the trains filled up. That's why I'm losing all my money, because the trains aren't filling up fast enough to actually push any of the produce anywhere. But once all these trains get filled up and go, we'll start getting the money back in. There's some of our passenger trains are paying off for us. There's no point even continuing with the food tracks right now. until we get enough money to actually purchase the trains for the food. But the signals are needed. Come on. 114, 267. Trying to keep the 260. This one here really needs to upgrade. 132, 106, 213. So it's either going to be Eugene or Baton Rouge that's going to be taking off first for us. It's just going through. I mean, it was maxed out for the production rate, but now it's dropped down a little bit, which is probably why there's actually crude oil in here right now. If this was up to 16, there would be it'd be empty. Yeah, Eugene's getting up there. Come on, give me money. Give me money. Not enough money, but it's good. Just a matter of getting all these going again. Because once they get out and going, then the platform will fill up and the trains won't sit here for nearly as long. It's just taken forever because they were on that clock to where it was starting to actually push out, you know, on a regular basis. But now since I switched everything up and changed things, now it's basically starting it all over again. But once it gets on that repetition on doing it, the production of it will start increasing again. So it's just a matter of getting them out and going. So Eugene's almost done. For me, it's simple. It's more simple to use waypoints on the last station. Yeah, I think signals just making it look a little bit more realistic because there's signals on tracks, you know. Just take a ride, sort of look at the track and see how it goes. Because some of them hills are kind of station here. We're losing even more money, but like I said, once the trains start moving, we'll start getting that money back again. There we go. There's some income. See here. Now some of these trains are still sitting here, but some of them. There's that one heading out. Here's Baton Rouge. Yep, that one's heading out. So we should be getting some money back into our bank account here. All in due time. That one's about ready to head out as well. This one isn't going to make us nearly as much, but it's still going to be something. It's a matter of waiting our time out here. This is almost back up to 1600 again. And now that there's actually products sitting here waiting for the trains for when they get back, the trains won't be sitting there nearly as long as what they were here now. And that's why our money went down the way it did. The trains were just sitting here for way too long. What's up, James? Sort of wondering if I should just send this one back to the depot and just upgrade it myself and get the train cars put on it, because yeah, it's one of the newer or the older trains. I don't know why it never upgraded yet. Was that Cary? Let's head down here. Fuel to Cary. 38 years. Actually, passenger train here. That's going to be one of the first ones to get upgraded. Yeah, that's the only one that's in the red. There's quite a few. Maybe that's why I got in the red, because these trains here were upgrading and it took a lot of our money away. That's what happened. That's what caused it all to vanish on us here, because it's jumping up on us again pretty quick here. Well, it was. Huh. Almost 7 million of it just vanished on us. You know what they say about money? Easy come, easy go. Come on. 45. Oops. Fuel to Eugene. That's pretty much almost half of what the train can hold. That's good. The fuel to Eugene here isn't going to be sitting there nearly as long. There goes Vallejo. Really wish this train would take off so that way it can reappear on us here. And not too much longer. There's Eugene loading up. That's almost half, not quite half. The fuel to Cary, for some odd reason, that one there fills up really quick compared to what the other ones do. I don't know why. I don't know if the demand for the fuel to Cary is higher than the rest of the cities or what, but for some odd reason, Cary, I mean, it can just come into the platform and just load up and then just take off real quick. But all the other ones have to sit here and wait. How's it going today? It's going pretty good. Having a nice little live stream here, trying to get this fuel area to get going. I had a little issue with it, and luckily I was told about how to upgrade, not upgrade, but when you're in the line manager, you can actually click on the signals in between the stations, so that way the train actually follows the correct path on how you want it. I didn't know you could do that. I thought you just place the signals and the trains were automatically just follow it, but it doesn't do it that way. So now you can actually have proper switch yards and stuff like that, and the trains will go exactly how you want them to and go through the exact signals you want them to go into. So I think I finally got this freight yard here for the fuel to actually properly work and have the track, you know, the switch tracks where I want them and stuff like that. Except for, never mind, this one just switched over. Why did that one? See what I mean? Look at it. Why is it switching over and then back over again? That makes no sense whatsoever. Alright, so that one is... See, look at that. Why is it... That makes no sense. That one is daily. Alright. So it's starting here at Mesa. I want it to go through each one of these signals here. Like that. And then up here. And then on the way back, it should follow through. See, it's doing it again. Why is it... You know what? Let me put one in like that. And then add going through here. And is that going to work? No, it's still cutting over. So what if I have it go back through here? There we go. Okay. There we go. That should work now. Now it should all be perfectly fine. Hey, we're almost up to 20 million again. These trains are finally starting to bring back the money for us. But yeah, as I was saying, I did upgrade. They're all going to be blue, as you can see here. I upgraded the trains. And I could probably start adding a couple more. Looks like I can add about another, maybe 2 train cars there, maybe 1 more, so maybe a total of 3 more train cars. I might be able to fit about 11 or 12 actual passenger cars. Maybe. You need Thomas the Tank Engine in there. Yes, I do. Here he is. No, I'm just playing. So let's see here. It's like if I'm out here, the game's really quiet. But if I'm down next to the stations or something like that, it gets really loud. See, like that, it's a little bit louder if I'm down here next to all the trains and stuff. It's kind of hard to keep that happy medium. I haven't done any of the airports yet, James. I was originally intended on doing all the food lines, um, but I found the problem with the fuel, and so I had to try to fix that, and then by fixing that, all the trains basically reset, like the production of the line stopped, so I had to basically start up the production level all back over, so all my money just vanished. So I'm just trying to get the money to add back up Force Against, so that way I can buy all the trains I need for the food lines. Once I get the food lines going, that'll be 2 lines going to each city. I'll have the fuel and the food going to the cities. And then I figure since I'll have those 2 going, then I can start working on like the airports to each city. And then I'll go to get like maybe once I get the fuel and the food and the airports, then I'll start going with trying to get whatchamacallit, like either goods or the tools and machinery going to the cities. And then I'll start with the boats. You know, I can connect up Cary here. I can have that connected all the way up here to Daly. You know, just try to get a line in going down through there. I don't know how well that'll work. I mean, that's a pretty long haul for a like passenger line. I think I think I got the bridges up high enough. Oh, that one is. This one definitely is not high enough at all. So actually, let me do that. I got a little bit of money here. I could probably do that. I know Cobra is really fond of having ships, so go ahead and do that. Let's just start the road all the way back up here. There we go. And let's level this off so that way we don't have to worry about that. We can just do what we gotta do. There we go. Level that all off. And then get the medium road back in. Don't want to do that. Delete that. Have it come out here. Then put the intersection back in. That. Curve it. Raise it. Up here. Nicer bridge. Level it off. Is that going to be high enough? That's the problem. Okay, let's back her up a little bit. That. Click OK. And then start lowering it. There we go. It's high enough in the middle now, I think. No, bad. What's it doing? I want to connect up to this road here. Why is it not connecting up to that road there? Level it off. Whoa, no, bad monkey. Okay, let's start it off with this road. Connect it up. There we go. That'll work. I think you need a bunch of 747s, yeah. If it were me, though, I would force everyone to use push bikes. Oh, man. Alright, so now that city is... They're hooked back up, so that all that traffic that was coming down through here should start back up again. And all these cars here just somehow populated in. Alright. Let's see. That production is actually going down. I don't know why. I'm back up to 23 million though, so that's good. So, I got the line set up. Let's get the train that's going to be taking the produce over here to the food plant and get that started. So that way I can at least get the food starting to get, you know, going here. So we're gonna take one of these. We're gonna make it color of the box cars. We're gonna need this for the livestock, but we're also gonna need some of these for the grain. Let's see here. What color should I make these? I think I'm more of a red color. What color should I make the produce train? Or even like an orange, maybe? Make it all orange? That'd be different, wouldn't it? I got blue. The blue's gonna be the passenger cars. It's gonna be this color blue right here on this, because this is the engine I'm using for the passenger. So it's this blue for the train, the locomotive, and the passenger cars. I have black for the crude oil and the fuel. So I'm trying to keep different colors going here. What colors do you think I should use for the grain and livestock train? Money, money, money. How am I back down to 2 million? I had 20 something million just a little bit ago. Alright, well, you know what? I'm going with orange. Nobody's really saying anything, so orange it is. Oh, no, it's this one. Nope, I don't have the money to buy it now. What the heck? I just had 20 something million, now I'm down to negative 4 million. What's going on? These trains really need to get back into production for me here. They were doing so good, and now it's just like, bam, stopped. I think it'll also help once I get the food. If I can get the food trains going, that's gonna bring in a lot more money for us as well. I mean, I need at least 8 million just for the locomotive itself. All right, well, we'll get the money back. We're getting there. We'll get there. Just a matter of keeping this crude oil going and pushing it into the trains here. Where are these fuel trains at? Why aren't they? Alright, there's one. That one's coming over here to Eugene. And this is one of the passenger cars here. As you can see, it's a nice blue all the way down through. And this is, I'd have to say, this is the only city that I know of where all the industrial stuff is right next to the passenger train line. Usually the residential area builds up next to the train, but the residential in this case is all over here. Really weird. And here's one of the older trains here. Hopefully that'll get upgraded here shortly. Man, these trains aren't really producing too much for me, are they? 30 passengers out of 264. Are you serious? And these buses they're not even upgrading either. 74 passengers on this thing. There's more passengers here than waiting for the buses than there were on the train itself. Alright. There's just a lot of money just sitting here. And short of starting to take out loans and stuff again for the food train. Need more buses. Yeah, well, that's the thing is, you know, what city was I in? That was that Naperville? Yeah. That's the thing though, is because there might be a lot of passengers waiting there. Well, there's passengers waiting all over the city there, isn't there? Just buy, nope, I can't buy anything. I just had money. Now it's all gone again. Money, money, money. It's crazy how I started this, you know, stream off with $90-something million. And I had to redo the fuel lines, all the trains for the fuel. And now I have nothing. I make it and then it's just gone. Bam. Out the window. What's really hurting us right now is there's only one crude oil. There's no other crude oil on this map. If I had a second crude oil, I'd have more crude oil getting pushed into this factory. But there's just no other crude oil on the map. Yeah, you need to up taxes. Yeah, that's one thing in this game that, you know, that's not in this game is taxes. I mean, each bus can hold 15 passengers. But it's just a matter of the bus is getting upgraded because, like I said, I mean, I'm just waiting on if these buses would upgrade. It would go from capacity of 15 to a capacity of 26. So it's, I mean, almost double the capacity if these things can just upgrade. And these trains just aren't producing for me anymore. 86 passengers on that train. See here, Mesa. That train's just taking off from Mesa. There's 32. 119 passengers waiting to go. Let's see. Up here to Perry. Let's see, this station here, see, it's just, I don't know why, it's just not producing for me right now. But this game is funny though. It takes your strongest point and it just automatically turns it to your weakest point, and vice versa. So once was your weakest point is now your strongest, and what used to be your strongest is now your weakest. That's what this game likes to do. Update the train depot. What do you mean? There's only one train depot. Well, there's two. There's one for my passenger line, which is right here. And then one for my cargo lines, which is right here. And there goes all my trains out. Now there's two of them. There's three of them going out, so I'm going to be getting some type of money here shortly. That's going to be good. Look out these ones to wait on though. Try and get a little bit of money put in here so that way I can actually buy a train for food. That's going to be some pretty good money too for us if we can do that, is get the trains going for our food line. I mean, I'm making good money on the trains. It's just a matter of just keeping that money. Let's see, running cost. Oh, we got construction costs. I haven't done anything with, oh, when I built the bridge last year. Okay. Running costs, which is going up and up and up, because the older the trains and the vehicles get, the higher the running costs are going to be. Road maintenance. Railroad. Or not the maintenance, but just this is just the running cost of all my road vehicles, the cost of my railroad vehicles, the trains. Property maintenance, that's staying the same. Sold vehicles, 1.48, so that means I got a new train. One of the trains was sold off, so there went some of my money. Let's see here. New vehicles, $23 million. So right there is one of my passenger trains, most likely. Yeah, that's a big chunk of change right there. So there went a lot of money right there. Sold vehicles just went there. Income, so my income's going up. Yeah, we're now making a little over 3 million for the road vehicles and almost 100 million with the railroad. And somehow we still are in the negative for that year. But then again, look at the running costs. So that's just a matter of if we can just upgrade. Well, we don't have anything that is too old, so that's good. But we still do need to upgrade. What was this one? Fuel to daily. Train 17, 31 years. So we still have another 10. Well, how old can that train go? Carry. Fuel to carry. Right now it's got this engine here, which can go for 50 years. So we can still have just a little under 20 years left on that train. So there we go, our productivity is starting to go up. You can see a lot more product that's actually sitting here on the station waiting for the trains to actually get back. So that's good. The more they run, the more produce will actually be sitting there waiting. And you see the train for carry just basically going to come in, fill up with the fuel and then leave again. 196. So it won't take too long for that train to get out of here. So we got 17 million. Let's pause this because we need to get at least one train. We can always upgrade the train at a later time. So let's we're gonna go with orange. So we'll have about a little less than 10 million left. All right, so we need some box cars for livestock. We'll buy 2 of them for right now. And then train cars for grain. So yes, the trains are losing, it's losing me money. It's making me lose money, but it's also making me gain a lot of money as well. So it's a doomed if I do, doomed if I don't type thing. I got 2 train cars for livestock. Let's start off with 3 train cars for grain. Livestock, grain. And this will be on food line. to carry, I believe. Yeah. All right. So now if we unpause this, this train will creep out of the depot and wait its turn to patiently just make his way all the way over. He'll snake his way over. And that'll start getting us, man, it's bright, isn't it? It's going to start making us some money by hauling the food or the grain and livestock to the processing plant, where the food's going to sit basically until I can actually get another train to slowly start pushing it off to the cities one by one. That's all I can do is just, you know, start off small and just let it upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Buy a small train and then let it just upgrade itself, you know, when an automatic upgrade comes. So this should, like I said, as you can hear the wheels just screeching around the corners. That was a tight turn. So this should make its way up here, cross back over to the outside track, and then once it gets up here, it'll cross over to its own track to make it around to the other side. It's just a waiting game right now, just letting everything catch up. I'll start making money again. Now it should cross over right here. And now it's on the food line. To head to, I think, is it daily? But once this gets down and around to the actual plant, it will branch off again and circle around to the line that's connecting the actual farm with the food plant. Can you not upgrade your food storage? The food storage, I mean, there's no real storage, to be honest. I mean, it's whatever you have that can actually get pushed out, if that makes any sense. The food's not going to do anything until you can actually get an outsource. How many food you put in? It's going to be one train. Just like with the fuel, it's going to be one train out of the food plant to each city. So once I get enough money stacked back up again, then I'll buy a train to head on over for to start going to the cities. Yeah, we got some high rises starting here. I just hope that we can actually... I just thought about something too, though. We'll start off with the carry one. Just pause it before I run out of the money to do it. Because I need to put in the actual station for where the food's going to be going to. So I was going to do it before, and that's when I realized the fuel line wasn't working right. We'll put one there, but that's not reaching everything, as you can see. Bank manager, no, I've had this to where it was like negative almost 100 million before. I was just hoping that it would work itself out, but it just didn't do it. So, and I think just until we get enough money, what I'll do is I'm just going to use this one station for now. So that way, once I get enough money built up for the train to come from the food plant over to Cary, the trucks will take it from here to here. Because as you can see, this station only covers a little bit right here. Which honestly, if it's covering that, I'm sort of wondering if I should move this one. Because if this station can cover this radius around, because it'll basically, as you can see here, it's circling around this way, so it'll cover pretty much a circumference of this. I wonder if I should move this one somewhere, maybe over here, to cover this area. Banished, yes, that is one of the hardest games I have played. It definitely is. Let's get rid of this one. That'll fill back in. I'm not worried about that. Let's see if that's not going to take care of that. It's just going to be this area up here. It won't be... I think we're going to have to go right here. I don't know. I mean, this is tricky. I might have to have multiple... If I put it in right here, I can't put it... Yeah. If I put it in right here, it's going to take up a lot, but I'm going to have to put in another one eventually. I'm going to have to put it in like a second or even a third one for this city, the way it looks. Just with how it's laid out. Alright, so I'll keep it there for now. And then, let the money build up, and I'll buy a small train at first. Just buy a small train at first with maybe 2 or 3 cars. Just get the food flowing out, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually work ourselves up to a bigger train. Like right now, I have just enough to buy an engine, like a locomotive, and maybe 1 car. Well, I did. But the fuel trains will start adding back up for us here. I mean, they're starting to flow out of here a lot faster than what they used to. I'm surprised the one for Cary's still sitting there that long. So, let's see here. Here's our locomotive. Let's see. So that one's gonna end up, as you can see, it's going through the tunnel now. And once it comes out of the tunnel, it'll come through here. That's weird. I got like a chopping noise right now. It just started up for some odd reason. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. There. It's gone now. That was weird. Alright, so that's making that sharp turn to get on the line here for the food. Or for the grain and livestock to head up here to the food processing plant. Now I'm hoping, the only bad thing about this is, I don't know if this is actually going to, it's producing, it's good. It is producing now then. I was kind of worried that if this wasn't actually going to do anything, because there's nothing up here to actually go out. You know what I'm saying? What I'm thinking is that this is actually going to come up here and it's going to give us money. But I don't know if this is actually going to produce anything. If it does, it's going to come up here. It's not going to go anywhere. That's the bad thing. We'll get money for it, but it's not going to produce anything, I don't think. Until we get enough money for at least 1 train to start heading out. And I do have everything set up to where when the train comes in, because the train's going to come in on the center track, I believe. I believe it's coming in on the center track, yes, because it's coming in from here. Coming in on the center track all the way down. And then once it gets to... Come on. Once it gets up to here, then it will either cross over for this track or it'll cross over onto this track. And that's one of the things I'm going to have to probably end up doing once I'm going to have to restructure the, oh no, I just realized something. I wonder if I can do this real quick. I don't have enough money, but hopefully I can get some money in. Because this... Come on, work. Come on. I just realized this. That's not good. Not good at all. Oh, got it. Whew. Okay. I just realized because this track's coming out here and going straight over, I have all this set up to where the trains can get on one track or the other, whatever it needs to go. But I didn't have it set up to where the train can get on this track here. Glad I caught that. Because I'm starting off with this line here to carry. I was gonna be sitting here wondering why the train wasn't gonna be going. Alright, so we'll put a signal up right there. Alright, so once this gets up a little bit higher, hopefully, we'll go ahead and purchase a small train just to get the food flowing out. And this train here is almost, it just got to the platform here. Let's see, 36 livestock. But we have, after we load up this, 28 out of 36, 29 out of 36, 29 out of 54. Eventually, that will raise up. I'm just going to let it keep going right now. I'm not going to have it sit here and wait. I'm just going to let it do what it's got to do at first until I actually get the train to be a little bit bigger, and I need to have as much as I can to create the food to push out. Then I'll let it sit there and completely fill up. Let's just see how much money we get off of just like, it's not even a full load. Go for a little ride here. Alright, James, thanks for coming out and viewing, watching, and chatting and all that good stuff. Hope you have a good day. not even a full load. It's a small train, you gotta remember that, so 1.74 mil. Alright, so it is gonna stack up in here, and it will produce the food. As you can see, it's starting to build up right here. But it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna come over here to the station until I actually get a train on the on one of these lines. So I have 14 million. Pause that. So we need to get a train now. Not too big a one. Just something to start moving the produce. So let's get this. What color should we make this? Green? I said green. Let's go with a like a lime green. Buy that. And then we need something to haul food. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Go with 4 to start off with. And food. Set line to food to carry. Bam. Alright, so now this. Now all that food that the factory was starting to produce will be... Ooh, look at that color green. That actually looks pretty nice. That definitely stands out, doesn't it? But now this will... all that food that was starting to produce will now get pushed to the platform where this train's going to actually be stationed up at to load up all the food that be sent off to carry. And the main thing I'm trying to do here is keep, purchasing stuff and keep things going without having to take out another loan. Because that's one thing I want to try to stay away from, is getting more loans. Because that's just extra money that we're paying out in interest every year that we don't need, or, we don't really want to have to worry about. So until that gets here, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep this window open here. Keep an eye on that. And now, what should happen is, hopefully this train will know, hey, I need to get over here onto this track. And if that actually, hopefully it'll know. Because if it comes into one of these 3 here, it's going to get stuck. It's not going to go anywhere. But this food here should eventually get pushed over the platform on this side. Go ahead and speed up a little bit of time here. If we play our cards right, we should be able to get back in the green and start staying in the green again. It's just a matter of getting more sources of income. Once we get more sources of income, we'll have more money flowing. Like right now, this train isn't really producing anything because, yeah, it should be. The food should be coming over here. I don't know why the food isn't coming over here to this platform. Yeah. Food. Food processing plant. Need to... I don't know why it's not coming over here. Oh, you know why? I know why. Pause this. While we have money. I know why. Need to come over here to the depot. Buy vehicles. I'm an idiot. Do 4 for now. Food. Close this. Need a new line. No, I already got... No, I did the train lines. That's what I did. New line. You come from here to here. That's why the food wasn't being transferred over. And now, once I hit play, set line, food to carry. Now, once I hit play, all this food here will get transferred over. Should. Because now we'll actually have a way of transporting the food from the one station to the residential area. Once it kicks in, it should go. Yep, there it goes. Now, it's not gonna get much, but it'll work for now. And there we're starting to get some money back flowing again. Which I knew we would. It's just a matter of waiting it out and just take your time and... see how much we get off of this. I mean, we're not holding that much. We're only carrying 11 food out of 72. 172,000. But that will raise up the next time. I should carry a little bit more now, I hope. If not, then we'll just have to have this train sit here and wait until it's fully loaded. Because this food's just sitting here. I don't know why it's not transferring over. So what we'll do is... food to carry. Right here. This one is upper carry. Load all. So now it will sit there and wait for it to actually... completely fill up. See the fuel sitting here waiting, but there wasn't that much food from before, so all the trucks that I have being taking the food over to here, then it only took one truck and it was, you know, all that food that was brought over was gone already. And it's gonna take a little while until it can actually start going properly. It's not really producing very much. I don't know why it's not going over any faster than what it is. But anyhow, I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna get this going with this station, get the food going the proper way, and I will see you guys next time. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Take care.